How to put together your schedule routine of eating on workout days versus non-workout days. Hi, I'm Dr. Alessi, author of Lose Fat Forever, the Premium Triangle Diet, host of Live It Fit Now, and contributor for US 8 Today. And I wanted to shoot off a very quick video, a very quick message. And this stems from a conversation I had during a DEXA scan with a client earlier today. And the question, and it's a good question, is how do I set up my schedule in terms of eating, and how does it differ between the days that I work out and the days that I don't work out? So I wanted to break this down. I have the whiteboard behind me, and what I would say is this. I'm a big fan for all of my clients, as much as possible, when you want to lose weight and drop body fat, to train early in the morning fasted. You will lose more weight and drop fat quicker. So let's call day one workout days. You're going to work out fasted. That's going to happen first. We start taking appointments as early as 5 in the morning, but the majority of our clients come in between 5 a.m. and about 8:30 a.m. We're going to get the workouts done first and fasted. On workout days, what I recommend is after the workout, and by after, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 max, you want to have your first food or calories, and you're going to have a protein shake. Protein shake. Now, of course, there's many different kinds of protein shakes. My clients know that I'm going to recommend Pure Zealander because it's a grass-fed protein, higher bioavailability, better for you, better for the planet. Number two, there's no sucralose in there, and if you've been following or if you've listened to some of the things that I mentioned in my emails, that sucralose is one part sugar, 1 part chlorine, which you don't want any part of. And also too, because of how it's put together, the bioavailability is extremely high of these shakes. For women, 1 scoop cold water down the hatch. Men, 2 scoops cold water, drink it up. That is your post-workout drink for most people. It could differ if you're a little bit more advanced. After that, it's already, depending upon your workout time, I'm going to count that as meal 1. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced, I don't want you eating again until about lunchtime. So yeah, depending upon your workout, you can work out at 5:36 in the morning. You're going to be eating at 6:37 for your first calories. Stretch it, go all the way to 12:30, 1 o'clock. It seems crazy, I know, but that period of time, you're going to have lower insulin, and if you have lower insulin, you're going to lose more weight and drop more fat. You're going to see more fitness and definition faster. Yes, you could drink things, you could have coffee, you could have tea. It is important what you put in or don't put in, but you could have those things during those times. Then go all the way to lunch. You're going to have lunch, traditional time, it could be 12, it could be 12:30, it could be 1. Yes, have protein, yes, have low glycemic carbs. I really don't want to break down food choices so much right now. I just want to talk about the routine and the schedule. Then after that, once again, it does depend if you're newer to this way of eating or to my program, or more seasoned and advanced. For anybody advanced, I'd say go all the way to dinner. Once again, creating a gap or a span between 5 to 6 hours. That is optimal. In fact, all of the studies that show that if you ate 3 times a day, equally spaced out between 5 and 6 hours, you would lose fat at the fastest rate of any program, including any type of intermittent fasting. Now, what you eat is certainly important, though. You just can't eat 3 times a day and eat whatever you want. You can't be having pizza and carbs and breads and things like that. You're going to gain fat then. But if you eat the right things, 3 times per day outperforms everything else. And then if you're not as advanced and you're just starting off, you could also throw in a snack at about 3:30-ish or so. Yes, there's a lot of options. You could go back to that protein shake. It's probably the best snack you can have at 3 or 3:30. And there's dozens of other options that I like to talk about with my clients and even give them lists to make sure that they're eating the right things during that time. After dinner, you want to lock it down. Don't take food in after dinner. If you do that, you're going to be more successful and you're going to sleep better. Day 2, non-workout days. We're going to follow a similar pattern, but not exactly the same. Since you're not working out in the morning, your breakfast is going to be the first thing that you do. We'll throw that in there. In terms of timing, if you said, how long after I wake up do I eat breakfast? The answer is, it really doesn't matter. Some people do it within the first 30 to 45 minutes. Some people wait longer. I have a lot of clients right now trying to do the 16-8 intermittent fasting with the right type of nutrition. In doing so, they might not have their breakfast until 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10 in some situations. But for many people, if you get up at 5, 5:30, 6, 6:30, have it within about the first 30 to 45 minutes would be fine. Make sure that you're eating right though. Once again, in this video, I'm not going to get into the food choices, but make sure that you're eating low glycemic and you're not having cereal and bread and oatmeal and things that are going to increase your blood sugar level, because that is going to lead a problem no matter how we put together your schedule and routine. Then ideally, once again, with the same principles, you would go all the way to lunch. So if you're eating at 6, you're eating at 12. That is 6 hours. 6 hours is a span, and it's a good span because your blood sugar level will stay low provided you're not putting things in drinks. And if your blood sugar level stays lower, your insulin is going to start trending lower. And when that happens, you're going to lose fat. You're also going to be healthier. After that, it would be ideal if you go all the way to dinner. That would be the perfect setup on non-workout days. We skip the protein shake at that point, but we have longer spans, 6, 12, 6. Almost like the 1950s with Leave It to Beaver. You want to eat 3 squares a day with the meals spaced out. Now, I didn't teach that years ago. I used to talk about eating about every 3 hours, which will lead to some problems though for some people. Your insulin will be too high and it's harder to lose fat that way. It is better if you space it out. You're going to be eating less frequently, but also your blood sugar level is going to be lower. Now, if you're an absolute beginner, if your body fat is higher, if you're really struggling with food choices and it's tough, what I would say is right here, between lunch and dinner, you could have a snack. I don't recommend people that are intermediate or advanced to do it because it's going to slow down your progress. I don't personally do it, but you could have a snack at that point if you're one of those folks. I would say the best thing you're ever going to have, once again, is going to be that protein shake. If you do that, you're going to accelerate your goals. If you do other things, if you start getting into some almonds and walnuts and cashews and different types of snacks, they can be okay when you're just beginning. But soon you're going to find it's going to be difficult to drop body fat with consuming those things. So I would have a protein shake at first and then eventually not have anything. And then lastly, following it all the way through, you want to get to dinner and you want to stop after dinner. One of the hardest things that I teach people to do, and I understand it's hard, I really do, is to not eat after dinner because we're in such a habit of doing it. If you've ever had a dinner, and a good dinner, and a big enough dinner, and afterwards you're cleaning up, and before the dishes are even dry, you're back in the pantry. If that's ever happened, and it does for a lot of people, I get it. It's not because you're still hungry. No, it's not that at all. You're craving. You're craving most likely because your blood sugar is all over the place and your insulin is too high and you're going to crave, and you're not going to crave chicken and asparagus. You're going to be craving more carbs and sugars. Also, there is a behavioral element. You don't believe that you could not go without eating after dinner because you do it so often, you get used to it, you're acclimated to it. And lastly, there's a habitual nature to it too. Once you're in the same chairs watching television on the internet, around the house, you start getting into some things that you don't intend to. You're into boredom or mindless eating, which is of course, once again, a problem. So lock it down after dinner. Now, my trick and my secret weapon to avoiding cravings and eating after dinner is right after dinner, I recommend having your fish oil then. Your omega-3 cold-pressed fish oil has been clinically proven and it's designed to help reduce cravings. Fat does it and omega-3s do it even better. So taking them at that point can help decrease your cravings. Just do one of two things. Either have it just after dinner or take half the amount in the morning, half after dinner, and you're going to have fewer cravings, less body fat, more successful, more health. Break it down that way. So that's how I'd go about putting together your schedule. That's how I'd go about eating in a right way to lose weight, drop body fat, and get on the right path. Make sure that you're moving in the right direction. 2021, we got to hit this year better. We need an improvement. It's time for a fresh start, and this is the way to do it. Hopefully today this video served you. I'm Dr. Alessi, asking you to make the most of your life and live it fit.